Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Besties, today's story is not just another update. It's a moment that has shaken the entire entertainment world. For years, fans have waited in silence, searching for answers, and now Zhao Lusi has finally broken hers. What she revealed has left millions in tears, and trust me, you're going to want to stay with me until the very end because what happens here goes far beyond celebrity gossip. It's about love, memory, and healing. When we take a step back and trace the story from the beginning, the bond between Zhao Lusi and Yu Menglong was never just about professional collaborations or chance appearances. For years, their names seemed to surface together in ways that stirred both admiration and curiosity. Every red carpet moment, every shared screen, and even the most ordinary interactions carried a weight that fans could not ignore. Audiences around the world found themselves wondering about the unseen layers of their connection, replaying interviews, dissecting body language, and holding on to every glance as if it might reveal something more. Yet through all of this, Zhao Lusi chose silence. She neither confirmed nor denied, never clarified, and never fueled the endless cycle of speculation. That decision in itself became a statement, and the absence of words spoke louder than any headline. Fans began to feel the silence as a presence, as though it was a curtain shielding something fragile and deeply personal. In an industry where every gesture is analyzed and every word can be twisted into a story, her choice not to speak became almost an act of protection. For her supporters, it was both frustrating and strangely admirable. Frustrating because curiosity demanded answers. Admirable because it suggested she valued dignity over spectacle. That balance created tension that lasted for years, leaving fans caught between hope and uncertainty. Some saw it as respect, others as fear of exposure, but everyone understood it as deliberate. Silence, in this case, was not emptiness but restraint. And then when she finally chose to speak, the weight of that silence made her words all the more powerful. This was not a casual remark, not a comment tossed into the flood of online chatter. It was the careful breaking of a barrier that had held back years of emotions, questions, and longing. In the moment her voice entered the conversation, the world leaned closer. The silence that had once been heavy transformed into anticipation, and when her words emerged, they carried with them the gravity of everything unsaid. That is why the build-up to this revelation mattered so much. It was not simply about what she said, but about the journey of patience, restraint, and emotional depth that made her decision to speak feel like history in the making. When Zhao Lusi finally allowed herself to speak, what came through was not a calculated statement designed to capture headlines, but an expression of sincerity that cut through the noise of speculation. She did not lean on dramatic phrases or the kind of sensational remarks that so often dominate the entertainment industry. Instead, she spoke with quiet dignity, choosing to honor Yu Menglong in a way that reflected the depth of his humanity, rather than the rumors surrounding his name. Her words carried the weight of memory, the gentleness of respect, and the clarity of someone who wished to preserve the truth of a person's life, rather than distort it for spectacle. In doing so, she reminded her audience that behind every face on the screen lies a story that is real, tender, and vulnerable. The choice of tone mattered as much as the content. Zhao Lusi could have responded with defensiveness or distance, but instead she chose warmth. She painted Yu Menglong not simply as a colleague, nor merely as a figure caught in tragedy, but as someone whose journey, achievements, and presence had left a lasting impression. By recalling the shared experiences, the growth, and the lessons intertwined in their paths, she transformed the conversation from gossip into remembrance. Her words became a form of tribute, lifting him out of the shadows of rumor and back into the light of respect. For her fans and for those who admired Yu Menglong, this moment carried a profound sense of release. The silence that had once been a wall now gave way to connection. Every sentence revealed a side of Zhao Lusi that audiences had long suspected but rarely seen so openly. Her ability to remain authentic in a world that often rewards calculation over honesty. In speaking about him with such openness, she demonstrated that authenticity is not weakness but courage, not risk but strength. And it is precisely this quality that made the revelation unforgettable. Her voice bridged the gap between the public and the personal, allowing those who grieved to feel recognized, and those who wondered to feel reassured. She did not offer closure in the sense of finality, but in the sense of peace, the kind that comes when someone you admire allows you to witness their truth. In that moment, Zhao Lusi reminded everyone that words, when spoken with care and heart, have the power not only to honor the memory of another, but to heal the wounds left in silence. The moment Zhao Lusi's words reached the public, the reaction was immediate and overwhelming. What had been years of quiet waiting suddenly erupted into a wave of emotion that spread across continents. Social media was not just active, it was alive with intensity. Hashtags carrying her name and Yu Menglong's rose to the very top of global trends, and videos of her statement were replayed thousands of times within hours. But beyond the statistics and the speed of virality lay something more powerful. A collective release of feeling that had been locked away for far too long. Fans who had carried questions and uncertainties for years finally felt as though a burden had been lifted. The silence that had weighed so heavily had finally been replaced by words, and those words resonated with raw truth. For many, this was not simply about hearing Zhao Lusi speak. It was about being part of a community that had long endured unanswered questions and unspoken emotions. The comments flooding in reflected a spectrum of human response: grief, relief, gratitude, and even a sense of healing. People shared personal stories about their own experiences with loss and memory, using her statement as a mirror for their feelings. Some admitted that they wept while watching, not only because of what she said about Yu Menglong, but because her vulnerability reminded them of their own. Others described a strange mix of sorrow and joy, sorrow for what had been lost, but joy in finally witnessing a moment of sincerity that felt rare in a world of curated images and scripted interviews. The power of this reaction lay in its intimacy. Zhao Lusi's words gave the impression of sitting across from her, as though she were speaking not to a faceless audience but to each listener personally. That intimacy dissolved the invisible wall between celebrity and fan, allowing people to feel seen and understood. The emotional response was not just about admiration for her courage, but about recognition of shared humanity. In that sense, the fan reaction was not simply noise on the internet. It was a testament to the bond between artist and audience. It showed that when a figure as beloved as Zhao Lusi chooses to speak with honesty, her voice becomes more than her own. It becomes the vessel through which countless others find the courage to grieve, to reflect, and to connect. That is why the tears that followed her words were not a sign of weakness, but a celebration of truth finally spoken. But here's what's even more inspiring. Zhao Lusi's courage could change how celebrities connect with fans in the future. By showing vulnerability, she proved that honesty doesn't weaken an image, it strengthens it. She showed maturity, growth, and leadership in an industry often dominated by silence or carefully crafted PR. Imagine if more stars chose to speak this way. Imagine an entertainment world where sincerity comes first. That's what makes this moment historic. It's not just about one actress, it's about a shift in culture. So what do we take from this? That real connections matter more than headlines. That honesty carries more weight than silence. And that even in grief there can be healing. For Zhao Lusi, this moment showed confidence and bravery. For Yu Menglong, it was honor, remembrance, and respect. And for fans, it was a shared experience. Proof that behind the glamour, we are all human, all feeling, all searching for meaning. And that's why this moment will never be forgotten. Years from now, fans will look back and say, "Do you remember when Zhao Lusi finally spoke about Yu Menglong?" Thank you for watching this emotional journey with us today. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to hit subscribe, drop a comment with a broken heart loudly crying face to show your love, and stay tuned here on Update X24H. Because together we'll continue to share the stories that move us, inspire us, and connect us across the world. Love you all, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.